Happy Monday!
It's Monday.
It's Monday and it's 11 o'clock, so that means...
It's a makeover time.
Oh,
Makeover
exciting
Monday.
this, isn't it? And brand new rice papers. These are a bit
Mel.
delicious, aren't they?
A3, brand new. These are gorgeous.
I wasn't buying anything this week, now I am.
Yeah, that's changed. Suddenly changed.
It has indeed. Right, welcome to live shopping. It is Monday, it's 11 o'clock, and therefore it is Makeover Monday. We've got David, who's going to demonstrate you. We've got Andrew on baby watch.
We have.
Producing from home. And we've got Amber, still not 100%, are you? But she's here, bless you. We've also got a quiz for you as well in this hour. So first of all, let's get all the housekeeping done and then we can get into the nitty-gritty of this brand new rice papers for you. So you can watch us here at Live Shopping at Highlight Crafts on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product and that product will have a code. And all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, okay? So you don't need to miss a second of what David's talking to you about, which is brilliant. Then we're going to send you a message which will land in your social media inbox, and in that message there is a link. So when you're ready to check your baskets out, you're going to click that link and that will take you to our website, highlightcrafts.com. Please log into your account. If you haven't got one with us, please make one because it's free to do so and it automatically makes you a member of Club Highlight, which is also free to join. But you get extra discount, loyalty points for every £1 you spend, and on a basket spend over £35, you're going to get free shipping. Now, if you want to shop with us directly on our website, highlightcrafts.com, you can do so. Just click the watch live on the screen and then all the items in that show will appear down the side of your screen and you can just add the ones that you wish to purchase to your basket. They'll appear in a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen, and when you're ready to check them out, you're going to click on that basket and that will take you through that login and checkout process. Now, if you're going out for the day and you can't take us with you, super easy. Go onto highlightcrafts.com and on the home page there is a banner that says shop today's deals, and you can search every deal or look at every deal on every show of that day and shop ahead, so you can get that basket spend to over £35 and you can get your free postage, which is great, right?
How brilliant is that?
Right, just before we start with product, I'm going to give you the first quiz clue. Okay, so we've got 5 different questions for you today. Question number 1, which film company uses a woman holding a torch as its logo?
I know that one, and the only reason I know that is we had a family game called the Logo Game.
Right.
I'm sure it's the Logo Game, and we've played it a million times, and we all know the answers to all the cards, but we still play it. And I'm pretty sure
brilliant.
That's one of them.
Oh, fabulous.
She's there in a gown. She looks like Lady Liberté.
She does.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Right, David, where do we begin with this? What? These are lovely.
I know. So over the weekend,
Yes.
well, on Saturday, Time for Tea launched, didn't it?
It did.
Now,
Yes, it-
with that
yeah.
collection,
Did you see the marbling with the bears?
I may have dipped in and out.
That was hilarious.
It was
What was the last thing you said to Stephanie before you left on Friday?
Gesso
Gesso the bear.
So
What did she not do?
Gesso
Gesso
the
the bear.
I did watch
It
parts
was
of
very,
it.
very funny.
Yeah, and it's all about having fun, right? So
Oh, well, it was definitely a lot of fun.
There we
That's for
go.
sure. We had bacon sandwiches in the middle of it all.
I know, I saw that. I was like, that's become a thing.
It's a thing.
Still left on the computer.
Was there?
Oh.
Oh, wasn't mine. Not
Wasn't
responsible.
Mel's, wasn't
Mine went in the
Mel's.
bin. Right, David. Let's have
Right.
a look at these.
Okay, so as we mentioned over the weekend, Time for Tea launched. Incredibly busy collection, but there's a part of that collection that you hadn't yet seen, and that was the rice papers that have been designed to go with it. Now, not only rice papers, but the images along with the download you can now get in A3 size. Pre-printed, sent straight to you for an incredible price, ready for you to do tabletops, your decoupage boxes, whether you're doing your glass plates, furnitures, lap trays, home interiors. These are pre-printed rice papers, all fully washable, fully waterproof, so indoor and outdoor use. But you get 12 A3 designs.
Wow.
I mean, look how beautiful these are. Are they not just the most exquisite
They're
rice
stunning.
papers? I mean, look at those teacups there, all
I know.
built up on one another. They're
Beautiful,
amazing.
aren't they?
They're incredible. Now, rice paper, as you know, we love it so much here. As you can see, I'm bringing it onto that counter, how bright the colours are. We love to build up rice papers in loads of different configurations, whether landscape or portraits, but we wanted to sort of delve into more upcycling within furniture.
Yeah,
and
perfect.
we've started to see a lot of you on not only the Cadence Club group, but also on the Highlight Your Creativity page, upcycling objects within your home, because that's what it's all about. It's about rejuvenating what we have, making the most of what we have, and of course enjoying and celebrating it. These are exactly what is going to be provided so well with them, because you can break them down. You can take a corner off. You could pick out just one element. They're not necessarily a scene that you're going to struggle to tear into.
No, absolutely.
So with something like this, you could pick out the cups, or that could be a placemat if you want to be. It could be an entire tray. Imagine this on a set of drawers.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
look at that one. Look at the corner. I mean, this, I would be inclined to want to trim that out and have it just beautiful
corner.
floral. Yeah, it would look exquisite. But then each one is different in its own way. That's your first 3. Remember, you're getting 12 here.
These are lovely. I
So
love
your
these.
next set, I know, these, I'm going to be using one of these first. Now you've got your
These are
actual scenes
beautiful.
here. And when we were actually putting these together, I said to Sam, who is one of our graphic designers, he's incredible, and rice papers is in his bones. And when he was putting these together, I said, could we leave it so the background is also white, so the image fades into it? Because we were thinking about putting like a wash or maybe an oatmeal colour on the background, but having it just floating on this rice paper gave you far more, options of what.
Versatility,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. So we've got this one. We've also got the one here with the blues in.
love
This is a
that.
gorgeous design. All the pots at the front.
Yeah,
You can picture yourself being sat there, can't you, with
yeah,
a cup of coffee?
absolutely.
But then you also have the scenes built
is lovely.
into a rice paper at the same time. Now, when we say you've got rice papers here, you've got physical rice paper and you've got rice paper design. You could have anything on rice paper. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a rice paper design, it's just printed on it. This is rice paper design.
Yep.
So you've got layers, you've got overlay, you've got texture, you've got script, you've got floral stamps, you've then got scenery and architecture. But it tells a story, the colours are harmonious, the colours have been adapted to the florals themselves, and this is where you can take it to any surface you wish. If you want it on a
Stunning,
cushion
aren't they?
cover, whether you want it on garments, whether you want it on plant pots, whether you want it on, your glassware, your crockery, make it permanent, make it waterproof, this is the show to get it out.
It's fabulous. This is the same as the paper that I used on the
Oh, the caddy.
caddy.
Oh, it looks beautiful. I saw it this morning.
Yeah, we did
Look
that on.
at
We haven't got
this.
any left, I'm afraid. They all sold out.
Oh.
Now then, this is lovely. This reminds me of my grandma's kitchen when she had the little shelves up with all the china on
Yep.
it and all the dinner service out all the time. I'm in that, and it's the tiniest little kitchen ever.
Yep.
But this is just fabulous. This on a tea tray would look stunning,
Oh,
wouldn't
it would. Imagine that. You've got all the cups on there as well, a full image to it but what would look really nice is to cut these out. You could
Yes,
use them as individual pieces,
absolutely.
and you've got texture here that you can use for other projects.
Yeah, nice.
But it's almost photographic but watercolour at the same
Love that. I
time.
love this.
Yeah, the pink in the bricks looks
Yeah,
beautiful.
Stunning.
Another scene for you, and then on the last of this strip, they're going to come to you in these
that.
strips like this. You've then got the
That's
huge
very
scene.
Parisienne to me,
Parisienne,
isn't it?
absolutely it is.
Absolutely.
Look at the colours.
Fabulous.
I love how it's almost like a sepia image, but then the colours have been taken
Yeah.
just into the flowers.
It's like those black and white photographs that you see occasionally with just red in it.
Yes.
You know, the little girl with the balloon or
Yeah.
the London bus.
Or the
It's like
telephone
that.
box, that
yeah,
sort of
all
thing.
very neutral, and then the pop of colour.
Really clever design.
These are stunning. Right,
They
so
are.
that's your third set.
Yep,
You're
so that's
getting
your
all of
first
these,
9.
by the way.
And then
And
you've
then
got,
look at these.
Look at this image here, how
Wow.
big that is. I mean, you could cut this up and you would never know it was a teacup and a saucer. You
No.
could just use the florals from it. You've got this one where you have almost like the
Love
sort of
that.
lime-washed walls, but
Yeah.
you've got the swags on here with the wreaths, the pleated tabletops, and then one of my own favourites in the entire collection. It's almost got a Mediterranean tea feel
Yeah,
about it
yeah.
at the same time, which is quite interesting. But then you've got the blue pottery with those ambers and the reds. Would be great for an autumnal project, but also inside there you've got all those different colours to play with as well.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so
12,
shop
A3.
afternoon.
Shop afternoon.
Right.
That's right.
$19.99
Yes.
for 12.
For 12
Just
A3
divide
papers.
1999 by 12 for me, Andrew, please.
So an A3 rice paper usually would retail anywhere between $6 to $7.99 per
Yep,
paper. If you were to go
absolutely.
out there in the world and have a look at rice papers, A4s can be $4, $5.99 as well. But yeah,
Sit down. £1.67.
before your club.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy. £1.67 for an A3 printed rice paper. A3.
Pauline Welding said, I bought these this morning and I'm going to upcycle my garden table with them. Can't wait for them to arrive.
Oh, amazing.
Brilliant. Fran says, would work well complete with a coffee table. Absolutely.
Oh.
And Vinny says, do we sell A3 rice paper, printable rice paper?
We do. I don't know if it's in stock at the moment. We've recently only just got rice paper back in, which is why we've launched it this week. So if you do hang fire, have a look on the website. You may be able to find it. If it's showing out of stock, just drop us an email and we'll be able to sort that out for you. But yes, we do sell blank A3 rice papers. We sell it in bigger sizes as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How fabulous is that? And Carol Lewis says, that teacup one is going somewhere in my new kitchen. Oh,
Ooh,
Carol.
fabulous new
Let's
kitchen.
have pictures. Let's
Yeah.
see pictures when you've done it, please, because that'll be exciting.
But I mean, this is just a proper deal. For Makeover Monday, we wanted to bring to you a rock bottom price deal for an exceptional amount of artwork. You're getting 12 A3 designs. As we just said, that breaks it down to 167 individually. So per image, you're paying that price, which is unbelievable. Now,
You're not kidding.
this
So
artwork's
you're paying
exquisite.
for the paper.
Yep.
You're paying for the, if you get your basket to over £35, you're paying for the postage.
Yep.
You've got all of this, £1.67 per
And
print.
they are larger than A3 as well, because you do get the extra border
That's
around the edge.
crazy value.
So you can cut into it. You don't have to waste any.
Wow.
These are fully waterproof. You can run these under a tap and the ink won't
Yes,
budge.
exactly.
It's on the same printers that we print our fabrics with, and they're machine
Wow.
washable. So this is machine washable.
That's incredible,
Weatherproof,
isn't it?
dishwasher safe. You know, all conditions it can be put through with the right glues.
Right, shop afternoon $19.99. You need to get that one in your basket because that is stunning. I'm having these. I've decided.
They're gorgeous.
They're
They're honestly
lovely.
gorgeous. Tabletops a lot, and that's what I'm going to do first for you. We're going to do a table.
We're going to do a table. How exciting is this? Right, question number 1 in our quiz. Which film company uses a woman holding a torch as its logo?
Just as a little visual representation there.
Question number 2. Malahite is an ore of which metal? It's also another word for a policeman. Bit of slang going
Is
on.
it? I've never heard that before.
Never heard that.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I thought you said you called them a malahite.
No, the answer.
Look, all them malahites
The
up there. What's
answer
going on?
is another word for a policeman.
I've never called the police officer. Oh, there's a malahite at the door. What's happened?
That's brilliant. Oh, gee, it's taken us a while to come round for a weekend today.
I think it
isn't
has. Wow.
That's hilarious. Right, shop afternoon, we'll get you your rice papers. Next, shop magic. This is what you need, right?
It is exactly what you need. Now, this is your Magic Bond and Seal 5-piece kit. Inside here, you're getting all 5 adhesives to do all 5 different jobs. You're going to get inside here your matte, okay? This is your matte varnish, which is going to give you, of course, a matte finish, but it's going to seal in the project at the same time, and that's for all of your hard furnishing, so glassware, you know, wood, ceramic. You also got a gloss finish as well, which has its own glaze built in. You also have all-time favourite dishwasher safe, which means your glassware, all of your crockery, anything is dishwasher safe, but it's also weatherproof, okay? You might be doing a planter for outdoors. And also as well, you've got your fabric.
You've gone a bit wonky, Amber.
Oh dear.
Camera's gone a bit wonky.
Dear. We'll be calling them malahites. And then we've also got the fabric and we've got your antique as well. So with your fabric glue, this is going to go onto all of your soft furnishings and be machine washable at 30 degrees in the washing machine. And then your antiquing one gives it a very sort of yellow patinaed finish when you're gluing it. We did this on some decorative eggs in a couple of weeks ago on a show, and they looked gorgeous. They looked like they'd, you know, gone from an antique shop.
Love that. So if you want all 5 of those, shop magic $14.99. Now then,
Price.
what's the code for this?
Sponge.
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 Shop sponge.
I put the fan on. It's probably blown away. Oh no, there we go.
There we are. Shop
Sponge.
sponge. $5.99.
I mean, it's a great, with the saving that you've got in your rice paper, so
Yeah,
you've got
you've
a
gotta have
£10
that.
saving. Essentially, you could be putting that towards your glue, and then they're working out at only $4.99, which then when you've got your club price off that, even greater saving. But then you want to tip yourself over to that £35 mark for your free postage.
Absolutely.
That's where your sponge comes in. This would be your perfect kit because applications with glue, sponge is required for that one, and brushes, but the sponge is brilliant because it doesn't drink, it doesn't absorb, it doesn't harbour all the product. It actually gives more to the surface. We use it in almost every single mixed media paint or cadence show or papercraft show that we do here at Highlight Crafts. It's fundamental in your stash, even if you just use paper crafting and you want to use your glue for applicator or retacking your mat.
Oh yeah, retacking your mat, absolutely. Shop sponge, $5.99. Now shop fabric is going to get you the fabric decoupage glue, 120 mil for $8.99. Shop fabric, $8.99.
So it's basically double the size of the one that you get
Right.
inside your Magic Bond and Seal kit. So if you want to go to a particular surface and you know that's where you're going to specialise in, or you're going to do more of, stock up on the larger bottle. It's got a rubberizer in there. It makes it fully flexible. It almost feels like vinyl a little bit when it's dry. The water literally repels and runs off the surface.
Wow.
It's heat set with an iron, machine washable and weatherproof.
Brilliant. Right, so shop fabric, we'll get you that for $8.99. Shop glue. Now,
Yes.
this is the one that I used on the MDF before I painted it.
Oh, he sealed it.
Just sealed it.
Yeah, it's great for
And
that.
it's brilliant for that because then you use less paint because
Yes.
the paint is more expensive than the glue. So
It
you
is,
want to
yeah.
make it last longer. So shop glue will get you the matte decoupage varnish for $5.99.
That's crazy price.
That's brilliant.
So that's your larger version of your matte glue from your Magic Kit as well. So it's silky, it's very smooth, it dries completely transparent. So on appearance, if it's on glassware, you're not going to see it.
No.
If you're going onto a lighter surface, which I'm going to use this for later on, it means I'm not going to worry about going over the edge. It's very forgiving, it's very easy to work with, but it's where we actually very first started with on our adhesive journey with Cadence. It's the first one we introduced.
Absolutely. So shop glue, we'll get you that for $5.99. Now we've got a choice for you here of our hybrid acrylics.
We
I don't
do.
feel like I've had hybrid acrylics on for ages
I
because we've had all
know.
the posh stuff, haven't we?
We've launched so many other things, but it's really interesting that, of course, they're a reoccurring product because they're what we call a hero product from Cadence. They're always going to be with us at Highlight Crafts because they are the foundation of Cadence and they're the most popular item across the board.
These are brilliant. So shop winter is going to get you 5 70ml pots for $14.99.
Well,
That's less than £3 after your club discount.
well, yeah,
And you're saving £7.50.
that's crazy. These individually bottled are $4.99 at the moment. So essentially, you'd be paying just under £25 if you were to buy all those as individuals on the website. So get them at a great deal. You're going to get that priced less at checkout with your club discount as well. But you've got a lovely selection here. This is your winter collection. So you've got yellows, you've got blues in here, you've got an icy slate colour, along with your royal blue, your brown, and that wonderful green, that Oxford green in there. So all mixed together, create a wonderful setting. But this is your time to build up your hybrid stash.
Absolutely. Shop Winter will get you those 5 colours for $14.99. Shop Evergreen. Now, if you're on Stephanie's painting journey, she will use every single one of these more
Yeah.
often than not every time she paints.
Definitely.
Because if you look outside your window, there are thousands of different greens.
Oh, even in one plant, there's tons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is going to satisfy all of those needs. So Shop Evergreen will get you that one for $14.99. And Shop Warm will get you these fabulous colours. Again, $14.99 with a £7.50 saving. So Shop Warm, $14.99. Right, next, Shop Dish.
Shop Dish.
Glass dishes.
Glass dishes on the show for you. You're going to get a pair of these together. They're the largest glass surface that we actually share with you here at Highlight Crafts. They've got beveled edges to them. They're nice and soft around the edges too, but they're great for rice paper. And we started with these in the Cadence Club and you all got them. So they've been absolutely flying recently.
Yes, which is why they're now limited stock.
Oh.
So Shop Dish will get you 2 of them for $9.99. That's a cracking price.
It is. It
Because
is.
even by the time you've added your rice paper and your glue and some paint on the back, you're still under a tenner for a gift.
I know,
Aren't you?
exactly. And you've made it yourself. It's that a lot more important.
Love
And
that.
it's when something's bespoke. I mean, the family and friends that I've made and gifted these to, whenever I go onto their homes, they're out on the side. Maybe they do that just because I'm going round.
I don't think so.
but they're always out there on display. Maybe they've got the fruit or the candles or they keep the keys in it or potpourri. They are lovely. I mean, I love glassware. It's one of my favourite surfaces to craft onto because it's the one I always found the trickiest.
Yep.
But now you've got it down. Once you actually understand that you just need a bit of the correct glue and the right tools to do it, it's actually really easy. And it's one of the most effective because when you see glassware, it instantly glazes itself. It's always super shiny, but it's probably one of the most functional items. We
Yeah.
use it every day and it's one of the most sustainable as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Shop Glass will get you 2 of those. Now then, these glue pens, glue pens. These are blinking brilliant.
Yeah, these are great.
Best glue pens I've ever used, and that's a big
Got some
statement.
black card.
So if we just, it creates a capillary action. So that little ball in the top there, look at that. How perfect are they? Now, you can put them in your scanning cup. My only slight reservation is that that ball in the top actually bounces back on itself. So every time it does that, you might get extra glue where you don't want it. But I've tried it, they do work, but it gives you this continual flow because it creates a capillary action. So what it does, as soon as you put any pressure on that nib, it pulls the glue from the actual pen itself and brings it through. They are absolutely fabulous. Now you can get 3 of these today for $9.99 and it's shop pen. If you want to spot foil, these are going to be absolutely fabulous for that. If you just want to add little bits of glitter, they're going to be good for that. If you want to add your pearls in the corner or your little gemstones, good for that as well. So shop pen will get you 3 of those for $9.99. Right, next, egg.
Egg. Okay, now you've got a massive saving on these. I know.
Got an £18.95 saving on these.
They're almost half price. Okay.
6 of them.
6. So they're divided eggs. So you get 2 halves to them. So if I just show you here, they make a wonderful little trinket. Let me find the little seal on it. It's just there.
Not anymore.
And with these, you just pop them like that.
Oh, nice.
And they're paper mache, but they're really solid. So you can do a little trinket or as a gift.
Yeah.
But these decorated with your rice papers and aqua stone look beautiful. Now they also make incredible tree decorations.
Yeah.
If you're going to use them for all seasons as well, but at Christmas they look glorious. Keep your trinkets in here, keep gifts in here. They are exquisite. And do you know what? If you do all 6 of them, rice paper them together and have them in a bowl, they look amazing.
How fabulous are they? Shop egg, $19.99. You're going to get 6 of those as well, so that's a cracking price. Now we've got these on as well, David. Wood. Are these just little wooden boxes?
They're little wooden trinket boxes. Now we only have, these are limited.
Right, okay. I'm not opening one then. Okay, there's 2 sets left.
Oh,
Shop wood, $12.99.
So basically, visualize a jewellery box where you get a little...
few scraps of rice paper.
Little scraps of rice paper. We use these in our gilding and they absolutely flew because you all saw them as a wonderful jewellery box. So literally, they've got an invisible seam on them, okay? You can't even see it. I'm literally pointing out next to nothing to you, but you can see a faint hairline there. They come apart in 2 halves. And there's a little routed recess in there where they just sit together. Brilliant. Now you could put a little bit of foam in there and it could be for a jewellery charm, but they look wonderful for, gathered pressed flowers, trinkets, special photos, Polaroids, all that sort of stuff. You could put a hinge on it if you wanted to from your metal fixings, but they're the easiest surface to work on.
Fab. Shop wood, $12.99. And last but by no means least, shop mono is going to get you black and white hybrid. $8.98.
$8.98 for the pair of them. Yeah, it's an absolute must having those 2 together. They're going to be a staple within all of your crafting. I'm going to be using them first within my demo as well to prime the surface because I want it to be waterproof and I want it to be clean and I want it to be able to withstand everyday use. And they're the most hard-wearing ones to do. But black and white together means that once you've got those 2 and the rest of your colours, you can make any shade.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, David, I'm going to go and let you get ready for demo and show us this new tote deal that Stephanie's bought us this morning. Well, I just recap the quiz questions. So, question number 1, which film company uses a woman holding a torch as its logo? Question number 2, malachite is an ore of which metal? And moolah is an Australian slang term for what? Yes, that's the one, David. That's
not a moolah yogurt.
Not moolah, no. M-O-O-L-A-H, not moolah.
Give me that moolah yogurt, Mel.
Pam Gadsden says, I bought the glue pens last month and they are the best I have ever had. I've been crafting for over 20 years. Absolutely. Sheila Kelly says, hi David, which cadences would I need to cover plastic? I need to paint some old kitchen doors. Thank you. It will need to be hard wearing.
Great question there on the kitchen doors. What I would suggest doing, with it being in a kitchen area, use something like a sugar soap or a degreaser first to make sure you thoroughly washed it. So you want to make sure everything is fully removed. When I painted my kitchen cabinets, what I did was I went all around with a sandpaper, an ultra-fine grit. You just want to give a key. You don't want to really scratch the surface. You want to just buff it up, but you want to make sure you're going on with a hybrid. Now, when you say they're plastic, just double check whether it's a plastic coating or it's just a paint that feels like plastic. If they've got a plastic coating to them, it's advisable to use an undercoat or a primer because in a kitchen you're going to go through lots of different temperatures and of course it's a surface you're going to clean on a regular basis. But definitely use a hybrid, and in between coats on a surface like plastic, leave 6 hours between each coat and that way it will not reactivate the first layer when you go on with your second lot, and use a brayer or a sponge to do it.
Perfect. And Marina's asking what size approximately are the prints. They're about, I'm going to say about 11.5 inches by about 18.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know the exact measurements for A3. Is it 42 by 21?
Oh.
42 by 29.7, I think.
41. I see. I'm in inches, not centimetres.
I tried to do both. I'm sure it's 42 centimetres by 29.7.
42.
Not 42.
Say that again, Andrew, in inches.
Wait, I've got this here. So it's 29.7
Yeah.
by 42.
Okay. There you go. They are measured to perfection. Brilliant. Right, David, where are we up to now, love?
So we're going to have a quick look at this tote. Okay,
Oh,
should we
yes.
ever do this before we
No.
go over to demo?
Yeah, it took me 3.5 hours to get here this morning, so
Did
I'm a little
it?
bit
Did you
behind
walk?
on this. You know, I wish. No. Sat in the
Right.
traffic on the M62. Ooh.
Oh, not
I
worse,
know. Never
right.
mind. But this has appeared.
How much is this, may I ask? This is a little bit wild. This launched this morning with Stephanie on the Madness show at 8 a.m. and it's been absolutely flying. Now,
$14.99.
sorry, can you just say that again, please?
$14.99.
No, it's not. No, it isn't. Are you joking? Right, I'm going to start off with first exactly what you're seeing. You're seeing the tote, okay?
Right.
If you've already got this, I'm going to say to you right now, it is well worth getting a second one, not even for the contents.
No.
For the tote, okay? Because then you've got a paper craft, you could have a
Absolutely.
soft craft, you could have a cadence one if you want to.
Exactly that.
I would be going for multiples. I've got quite a few different totes for different things. One's got everything in it. It's an absolute mess. But then the other ones I keep for actual special things. But the one that's a mess, it's like my message drawer in my kitchen.
Yeah,
I know,
absolutely.
I know what I'm going to get. So you've got your tote inside here. Now this is the Craftmaster tote. You'll have seen it in a few different configurations, but this here for you provides all of the storage, whether it's going to be for your die cutting plates, whether it's going to be for your paints. On the inside of all of the pockets, what I love about this, because when I mentioned for paintbrushes and cadence, it's got a vinyl lining to it, which makes it wipeable and clean, but also super strong and long lasting too. You'll also notice the binding around every single seam, okay?
Yep.
It's not just the fabric rolled over and stitched double, it actually has a binding that goes all the way across. And also, through the centre, these two handles have a hardboard inside them, which makes them incredibly rigid. Let's have a look what's inside it though, because you're going to get 6 card kits. But before we go to those, you're actually going to get a full pack. There's a 21 inside here of your watercolour brush pens. Now you also get the water brush pen itself included inside this, but you're getting all of these inside here. This is an incredible kit of 20 pens with 1 water brush inside there. Those on their own I think are retailing at around about $14.99 or $12.99 on their own. So essentially, if you were to look at it and say this was $13.99, that's £1.
Right.
I mean, what?
Before your discount.
Yeah. And then you're getting all of this.
Yeah, Stephanie's been at it, so she's taken them all
I
out.
was going to
So
say,
you
I've
get
noticed.
6 card boxes. So you get all your cards in there, you get all your envelopes in there, you get a ton of embellishments. But this is more exciting for me, because look at this.
Wow.
What she's done with these.
Suspenso.
Storage.
Oh,
So once you've used
okay.
your card kit, so you take them out, you've got your storage for your dies,
Yeah,
for
don't
your
get rid of
scraps of
these.
rice paper, for your stamps.
Oh, your die cuts, a
all
lot.
of those.
And they've all got the hangers on there as well.
And these are just some of the embellishments. Look at this. Literally, that's exactly what she did next door.
Look at all of
They're
this.
everywhere. Right,
oh,
let's
my
say
goodness. We've got sequins, we've got
50
hearts,
pence,
beads,
right?
flowers, charms.
So you've got £1,
padded-
£2, £3,
Look at this. Didn't actually know any of these packets were open.
£4, £5. It's Stephanie, of course they are. £6, 7. You've got about £9 worth of, well, at least 9 or £10 worth of embellishments, even if they're 50 pence a packet.
Look
50
at
pence,
these.
I'm
Even if you were to
calling
rice
those.
paper something, you're just going to
Right.
put these
How lovely
on
is
there
that?
like that. Look how gorgeous this is. That's a bonkers price.
Right.
And then you're getting a watercolour palette.
I know, right?
And the tote.
$14.99. What's the code, Andrew, please? Tote. Shop tote. $14.99. This is a deal and a half. Listen, you're always going to use cards and envelopes, aren't they? 6 by
Well,
6.
6 by 6, and in each one of these
get
it makes
10.
6 cards.
Yeah.
So you're going to get
36 cards and envelopes.
36 envelopes, 36 cards.
Yes. All your embellishments.
That's really
Your
that's great.
storage.
Oh, you've got coloured ones too.
Yeah. Your storage. Your tote. Your watercolour paint palette. and your 20 colours of water brush pens. And I have the, let me think, the Zig Clean Colour.
Yeah.
And they were $74.99
Whoa.
for pens like that.
And how would you compare it to these?
That's just as good.
Oh.
Now then, the water brush has a valve in it as well. I've paid $8.99 for a valved water brush before now. And it's important that you have a valve in it, especially when you're learning, because it controls that water flow.
It does.
So you're getting 20 water brushes and the water brush itself, the colours. Then you're also going to get your tote. You're going to get your watercolour palette and your 6 card kits, which then when you've used them gives you your storage. Shop tote $14.99. That's crazy. That's before your club discount as well, which is mad.
And like individual water brush pens, we've bought them for $6, $7.99, as you've said previously. And I'm going to be using this in my demos for my rice paper project because it's so fundamental in getting that feathered edge with your rice paper. So not just paper craft, not just mixed media. This covers everything.
And if I wanted to add a little bit more depth to some of the colours in there, if I suddenly thought, that'd be nice, you could add them onto top of your rice papers, couldn't you?
Well, yeah, you can go with your glue pen and foil them.
Oh, yes, yes.
Absolutely. You can go with all of this and work it together. Because rice paper isn't just for upcycling mixed media. Card making is a huge trend with rice paper because it's something tangible and tactile. It's a different surface to play with.
Love that.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
That is ridiculous.
Right, let me tidy that lot up.
Shall we get started?
Now you've made a mess, and now you go and do that.
I'm going to do...
look at you with a little seat ready to go.
Okay, what we're having.
Love that.
Right, okay, so when I just mentioned about those rice papers and that water brush pen, I've got mine here, okay? And with that pen, you'll notice they just add a little pinch, okay, a little squeeze to the barrel. And as I do this, what will happen is it will create a little bead of water, and then you've got a continuous flow. So you prime the synthetic bristles, the nylon bristles in here, and automatically will start to distribute, okay? So continuous flow means that when you're working from a watercolour palette, when you put that colour instantly onto your watercolour card or whatever card it is you're working with, you don't have an instant grab point. It allows you to push it and get continuous movement, and that's the difference from a flow. If you would put colour straight onto the surface and then you're going back to your water brush part, back to your colour and back to your paper, by the time you've got back there, that's already started to dry and that pigment will have locked in place. Having continuous flow and movement keeps it travelling, so it's all the difference for that. So I'd be getting it for the toe and for my pen. We're going to use that in a few minutes. Now what I'm going to do is I've chosen to use this design from our rice papers. Remember, all 12 of those A3 designs are going to be coming to you for just £19.99 with a £10 saving. And of course, you're going to get your club discount off there. So we're going to put that to one side. We're going to start with our Cadence White Hybrid Acrylic. Now, you can see I've got a charity shop find here. I've left one corner uncovered because this is a veneered finish, okay? It's got a lacquer on there. All I've done is I've gone over very gently with my sanding block, just like this, and that's taken off any grease, and then I've washed it, okay? After you've sanded, you want to wash, because when you sand, you create dust. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go straight in with our white hybrid paint from our monochrome bundle, okay? And I'm going to use a roller for this part because I've done the rest of it in a roller, okay? So look at the coverage you get on wood straight away. So I'm going all the way around here with my roller, like this, all the way around the edges. And these rollers as well, we will be bringing them back for you, I do promise that. There we go. And we're going to go over it. Now, really nice, fine, even coat to start with. You don't want to lather the paint on. The paint won't thank you for that. You want to do nice, thin, even layers, okay? So then all I'm going to do is it takes probably around about 30 seconds to a minute to dry for touch dry. So we go straight in with our hairdryer like this, and we're going to give that a quick blast and keep our roller out of the way of the draft, okay? All the way around here, and I'm using a hairdryer instead of a heat gun. If we use a heat gun, we're going to scorch the paint. It'll dry too quickly and too fast. This is just on a nice warm heat as you would use for anything else, but it means it's just drying it nice and quickly. But if the paint is exposed to temperatures that are far too high, it won't actually be able to cure because you'll have set it. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going all the way around here, and you can see already I can go with my finger and it's dry.
Sheila Kelly says, just bought a third tote. Incredible deal. Absolutely, Sheila. My Alice is 10, my granddaughter. 10 on Sunday. I'm going to get her one.
Oh, absolutely. I'm getting my nephews them.
Yeah,
I'm a niece.
absolutely.
Honestly, they love them. And then we're going in with a second coat here, just with what was left on the sponge. So hardly anything that I've used here, and it's given us full coverage. Okay, all the way around the edge. And then what I'm going to do is give that one last blast, because that was a very mild mist coat. One more once over, and this is hybrid paint directly onto furniture that we're doing here, which is just unbelievable. And again, almost dry there. And this gives you a really nice fine finish, okay? And then we're going to start with our rice papers. Just going to dry around here. And I wanted to bring in a piece of furniture into the studio to decorate for you because it's something a bit different.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
And it's nice to see us doing a bigger project, I think.
It is, yeah, it is.
It's a bit more exciting.
And you're heading off to Cadence, aren't you?
I know.
2 weeks today, you'll be there.
I will.
You will?
Oh my goodness.
That's exciting.
It is. So you've got lots of shows coming up, Mel.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. You crack on. You go and have your fun in Turkey. I'll hold the fort here.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it. When you get back, there'll be a list as long as your arm.
There will
and you'll
be.
have no product left on your trolley because we're going to give it away, Stephanie said.
Did she? I don't think you probably will. I don't think you'll probably do.
To be fair, we probably will give it away.
Well, I'll take.
Look
Do you know
at
what?
you. Look at you.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to do with yourself now, do you?
Well, basically, that's not happening.
Well,
Because
you're not going to be here to stop
I'm going to
it.
lock it all away. I'm going to lock it all away.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Get calling with the drill.
I'm taking it. It's all going to go in my boot. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Brilliant.
And then what? Right, Andrew. What I'm going to do now is to save my sponge. I'm not going to wash it. I'm going to spritz it with water and spritz the tissue, and you just keep it wrapped up.
Look
That's
at
it.
you.
Okay, and that will keep that. Okay, keep that as it is. Put some cling film around that. That'll keep that open for a good 12 hours.
Excuse me.
Okay. Now we're going to go in with our rice paper. Now the rice paper I chose to use was that wonderful
love that.
Parisian scene. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, I love it.
Really nice. Making sure that paint's nice and dry, which it is. And then what we're going to do is use that water brush, okay, that comes with our tote. So this is now where we're breaking into our other parts of our stash. Again, little squeeze, gets that water flowing, and then the nylon bristles will allow that to draw it through gradually. So where my image has its own frame to it, I'm going to follow that about 1.5 centimetres out with the water brush. So you can see here, you'll be able to see it, and I'm just loosely going round, just like this, following the image all the way, just like that. And what that's going to do, instead of using scissors, it's going to give us a natural tear. So when we go and we just have finger and thumb, and look at that, it just pulls away. Okay, if you've gone too close into the image, don't worry. If you feel like you've absolutely flooded the surface, don't worry either. Rice paper dries.
It does.
It's going to be fine. So what we're going to do is work all the way around. Look at that, how it's literally just coming apart. Now all of these little scraps here that we've got left over, keep them, okay? Because what you can do is shred them all into little pieces, spritz them with your ink sprays, and you've got your own little mosaic collage papers.
Nice.
So all of that gets saved. Don't bin it, keep it. And then with the rice paper, before you add your adhesive, you want to dry it. You don't want any of that water still inside that paper, and it dries really quickly. So just go around the edges, get most of the moisture out of there. And what that means is the water isn't going to act as a barrier for the glue, it's going to actually draw the glue in. You just don't want it to already be wet because the glue will just not travel as far. So all the way around like this, and you can see I'm going to put in my paper on our table. Now that's the beauty of these designs, is they're just going to blend into the background.
They're fabulous.
Imagine then afterwards aquastone in this.
Yes.
Like a resin top to
Yes.
it. It would look crazy. Now we're going to go in with our adhesive. Now there's a few different glues you could use here, especially from your kit as well. It depends on where this table's going and what you're using it for. I'm going to be using my matte glue for this one, and I'm going to work with my slightly larger bottle, and the reason for that is because I'm working onto a larger surface.
Daphne says, take it home with you safer there, David.
Yeah, I think so.
Julie says, oh, David, your little face was a picture. And Karen Albert said they gave it away last time. I didn't know anything about that until Stephanie told me that they gave all your trolley stuff away.
Yeah, it was funny that
don't
because...
forget, you're going to be coming back with your suitcase full of new stuff.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, I came back and my trolley had been given away. All the glass paints had got given away, and then someone said to me, oh, can you make some glass paint samples? I need some samples. I went, there's none. There is none. They'd all sold out of mine. I'm gone. Right, okay, so we're going in with our decoupage mat now onto the back of our rice paper, okay? So I wanted to make sure to go over the whole design. I'm using a flat brush here just to go over the entire design. Make sure whatever applicator it is that you're using is nice and clean. Loading this up, okay? And it almost looks like I'm going onto the front of the design now because it makes the rice paper feel transparent, okay? The ink as well isn't coming through, it's not bleeding off. We've still got a lovely bright white surface to go onto.
Tracy Goucher says, just bought the tote and rice papers and used my points, so paid £13.16.
Oh,
wow. Thank you
wow.
again, Highlight, for the amazing rewards you offer with our membership. You're very welcome.
Oh, the membership's fab.
Marina
so
says,
good.
hope everyone is in after being sick. No one will be able to cover for David while he's away. We might have to go live from Turkey, David.
Oh, should we try it?
That'd be good,
That'll
wouldn't
be
it?
interesting.
Pat Dyson said, I can't believe it's your granddaughter's 10th birthday. I know, Pat. I was watching you and Stephanie on Saturday morning. It reminded me of me and my sister when we're on holiday together. We laugh about silly things we say to each other, and when we've had cocktails, we're even sillier.
Oh.
Brilliant, Pat. Love that.
There you go.
Yeah, we had a lot of giggles Saturday morning.
I bet you
Especially
did.
with the bear.
I'm going to watch those shows
That was
back.
hilarious.
Wow. Now, once you've got that glue on there, look at how this
Wow.
feels like a big sticker.
It does.
Okay. But it really does hold its shape so well. Now, look how I'm pulling it taut there. I literally took it to the edge and it will grip there, which means it'll get any wrinkles out. So you just pull it towards yourself.
Brilliant.
That friction of the glue will keep it in position for you. Now we've found the home for it. What we're going to do now is we're going to use a piece of Cadence cut and use foam. And you want a nice clean piece, okay? So you could cut up a fresh one if you've not got a clean one. All you're going to do is just push it down, okay? And this is pushing any of the air bubbles out.
Okay.
So that cut and use foam comes into use for almost everything, okay? So we're just pushing it through, and the air will come through the rice paper, but you're just pushing it out there, okay? Then we're going to go back to our brush. And we're going to smooth it down. If you get wrinkles, say if you put it down and it's gone like that, and you're like, oh goodness, I'm going to have to smooth that out. It's going to take me all day. It's not. Just literally pick it back up and pull it taut. Okay, pull it taut and it will stretch back out.
Brilliant. Right. While you're just doing that, David, I'm just going to recap and do the last two questions of the quiz.
Okay.
So you can get your answers in. So question number 1, which film company uses a woman holding a torch as its logo? Malahite is an ore from which metal? Moolah is an Australian slang term for what? Question number 4, who is the Greek god of dreams?
Oh.
And question number 5, what is the only fruit to have its seeds on the outside?
Yes, got that one. I know that one now. I know that one. Right, so what I'm doing now is I'm going all the way around the edge and I'm smoothing it, okay? So I'm pushing any air and letting it travel out to the sides, just like that, okay? So I'm going to go back and forth, okay, making sure it's all nice and flush. We don't want any air to be locked inside here. We want it to be super flat, okay? Now, the thing with that white paint is it's completely allowed all of that to travel into the design. So we've used our matte glue, which means that we then want to give it a blast with our heat gun, and it's going to give it, obviously dry it, but it's going to allow all of the glue to be nice and matte. So we'll go over with our heat now, and you could let this dry, and it'll be around about 15 to 20 minutes at room temperature for it to be touch dry, but with a hairdryer we can make that super quick, because then we can go in with our hybrid paints with our stencils, which will look absolutely exquisite. This is just stunning, but look at how the image is continuing into the design, into the background. It just fades, it continues, and it's just seamless. And that is what I love about rice paper, and especially the pre-printed ones with these designs. It gives you an incredible result. There we go. Oh, question in as well. How close to the edge should you get when you're tearing it? Now, that is all dependent on the image itself. Now, what I've done is I left about 1.5 centimetres border, so I had that little buffer space, okay, which allowed me to flow in. It gave those feathers of the rice paper where it literally flows out. If you want to get really close up to a design, you can do as well. There's nothing stopping you from doing that, but it's just the closer, the better, okay? So all the way around here, and I'm just making sure this paper is nice and dry. You can now see I can smooth my hand over the surface, and it's giving us a wonderful result. Nice and matte. Just make sure your hands are always nice and clean when you're doing it, because we're going onto a white background. And then we're going to pick up some of our stencils and bring some of the design into this. But then maybe your liquid leaf, your gold, is going to go all the way around the edge of here. How nice would that look? Maybe some gilding as well.
Looks lovely, isn't it? Right, David, while you dry that off, can I just go through these rice paper designs
Oh, absolutely,
again? Is
yeah.
that all right? Well, David's just drying that off. And then I also want to talk to you about these boxes that we've got back here, because these are brilliant. So, brand new, launching today, shop afternoon. These are your rice papers that go with your Time for Tea 2 Red Robins launch that we launched on Saturday. The only thing you didn't see on Saturday were the rice papers, and we saved them for Makeover Monday so that David could give you a proper treat and show you how to upcycle the top of a table. But look how beautiful these are. They're printed in-house, so they're printed on our fabric printing machines in the warehouse. They are fully waterproof, so it doesn't matter, you can throw water at them, it's not going to bleed the ink. So you're getting those 3 designs. Then you're also going to get these 3 designs, which are absolutely stunning. This is the one that David is using right now. So you get your full rectangular one, and then you get these 2 that, as you can see, just blends into that background. So you've got those. Then you're also going to get these images here, which are stunning. I mean, I'll tell you what, David, even if you went out and bought inexpensive notebooks and covered them with this,
Oh, yeah,
they're
absolutely.
going to be fabulous little gifts, aren't they? You know,
Oh,
those extra
100%.
little things that you want to get somebody, but you don't want to just buy something for the sake of buying it. This is going to be fabulous. You could even get a set of coasters or some
Yes.
dinner mats as well, couldn't you, with
You
these?
could.
They're lovely, really, really lovely, but also on bags for life, on your fabrics, etc., etc. And then finally, you're always going to get all of those. Look how beautiful these are. You can
They're
smell
stunning.
the coffee in there, can't you?
Oh,
And
you
the freshly
can.
baking
Oh, the
croissant.
freshly ground coffee.
Aren't they fabulous? Right, so all of those, all 12, works out at £1.67 per design, which is absolutely crazy. Shop afternoon, £19.99. Right, I want to talk to you about these boxes because these are fabulous quality. These, right, Shop Square is going to get you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. £19.99. £19.99. Good grief, you'd pay that for that one.
It's great. It's crazy.
Right?
Look at the size of them.
I
Look how
know.
high they are. Now these are super solid as well, and they're
They
great
are.
for going on with. And you know your water marbling, they look brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
They're proper good.
Also, your airbrush.
Oh.
I've
yeah.
seen these airbrushed.
Oh, they would look
Right,
good.
Shop Square will get you all 7 for £19.99. That's crazy value for money. And Shop Round is going to get you 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 again for £19.99. I love these, and especially when you're buying the bigger papers, because you'll always have bits left over, which will be great on these. Absolutely fabulous. We also have this one, which is Shop Mache, as in paper mache, and these are £19.99 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All the 7s today. 7.
That'll be tomorrow.
Right, Shop Mache, Shop Square, and Shop Round. Brilliant, that. Absolutely brilliant. Right, we just want to give you the details of this tote as well. I'm going to bring up the box. Not very, very classy, but hey-oh. What you see is what you get. So, what you're getting in your tote is you're going to get your tote bag. You're also going to get a set of watercolour paints. Oh, popped out and pop those back in.
I love these watercolour
I
paints.
do, they're really good, aren't they?
they're
Alice will
great.
love this. So you're going to get a set of those. Then you're also going to get 6 card making kits. So you get 6 cards and envelopes in each one, and then a plethora of different embellishments. So you've got little mats and layers in here. You've got little sequins in here. If those packets were 50p each, you've got £9 worth of value just in these.
That's crazy.
Which is amazing, isn't it? Alice will love these. They'll be everywhere, but she'll absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So you're getting all of those, all of the cards and envelopes that you can see in there, which is a lot. But you're also, on top of that, going to get a full set of these water brush colours, which are superb quality, I have to say, plus the water brush that David's been using in his demos. Plus, once you've used all of those card blanks, you've got storage. Look, for your Sospeso. Isn't that fantastic?
It's amazing.
That's amazing. All of that, shop tote, $14.99. Definitely get one of those for Alice.
It's an unbelievable
Without
price.
a shadow of a doubt, because she wants more crafty stuff, but I know she's got loads of stuff. So this is going to be
Storage
perfect,
as well as
and it
crafty.
gives her a storage. She's going to love that.
Good
So
price
if
on
you're like me and you've got a granddaughter that loves crafting, or anybody in your family really, or as a gift
Oh, yeah.
for a crafter, shop tote, $14.99. That's a deal and a half, isn't it?
It is
I
just
love
about.
that. That's a Stephanie deal, that. And she
Right.
comes in and goes, right, we're doing this. That's it. That's it. We're doing this. That's it. Love it.
That's how it works.
Absolutely.
Right,
Right,
okay,
David.
we're going to work with our hybrids now on top of our rice papers. Now, you could do some blending on here if you wanted to, but I'm starting off with our wonderful, I'm going to start with our winter warmers, and also our evergreen. Now, I've chosen a stencil to pop on here onto my actual tray, and I'm going over onto the rice papers as well on here. And I'm going to start with, so I'm just chuckling because Amber sat on a stool and she like went down like she was in an elevator.
Oh,
it's quite
bless
funny.
you.
So I'm picking up some of the Camelot first, okay, and I'm using a very small amount. Use your stencil as a palette, and I'm just dry brushing this design into it, okay? So I'm not flooding the stencil with paint or ink. I'm just going straight on, and the paints go so far. You need next to nothing. Again, use your stencil as a bit of a palette, and we're just blending and just dry brushing it onto here, okay? I've also got taffy in that color, so you're going to get taffy as well as your Camelot. And then we're just going to stipple this on top, and that's just going to give us a bit of texture, okay? And it's going to mix together, which is going to create a gradient of that Camelot. So, little stipple all over there. We've then also got our evergreen bundle. So I've just popped out, I think this is one of my clovers or my leaf green there, picking up some of that, and then I'm just going to dust it on here with this one too. Okay, you could knock back your colours as well if you wanted to. And I'm just going all the way around onto here, just creating a lovely section of stenciling. I'm also going to bring in a little bit of that Camelot into the greenery of the leaves there, because it's just going to mute it down so it's slightly more sophisticated on the surface. And I'm trying to match it in with what I've got here, so I'm going to sort of muddy it down a little bit, which is not my initial first thought, but when you're actually designing or you're going in with your paints, that's when it really starts to evolve.
Yeah. Tracy says, sorry David to interrupt. Right. Tracy says, have the square boxes and they are fantastic quality. Would recommend them. Planning a steampunk theme for some of mine. That sounds great. Bridget Shepherd says she's sanded and repainted her large coffee table, ready to try her Cadence Venetian touch.
Oh, amazing.
She's watched a couple of YouTube videos for instruction. Wish me luck, she says. Good luck, Bridget.
Good luck.
Let us have a look
wait.
when you've done it.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Me too. I love to see everyone getting involved. It's so nice to see everyone evolving. There we go. So let's go in now. I'm just dusting with some of the white because again we've got this white background, so I'm constantly bringing that white back into the image so it's nice and tonal. There we go. So I'm just going to take my stencil away, and you can see we've gone over beautifully on top there.
That's lovely, David.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, really
and then
lovely.
we can continue this and keep going around with the design. It's just, honestly, it's incredibly therapeutic. It really is.
I love that, David. Right, shall I give you the answers for the quiz?
Oh, yes,
while
please.
you're doing your next bit?
How is it 11:51?
I don't know, honestly.
I feel like we're not even halfway through.
I know.
What?
Question number 1. Which film company uses a woman holding a torch as its logo? Columbia.
Columbia.
Question number 2. Malahite is an ore of which metal? Copper. Not a policeman. Copper. That's hilarious. Moolah is an Australian slang term for what? Money.
Money, money, money.
Question number 4. Who is the Greek god of dreams? Morpheus.
Andrew. Oh, yeah.
And what? Andrew. Oh, dear me, in his dreams. Question number 5. What is the only fruit to have its seeds on the outside?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. There you go. Lovely. Right, we'll choose a winner in a minute and then we'll spin the wheel and see what you've won.
Absolutely.
Also want to Trace says, also just want to say thank you to David for picking me my glass plate to feature on the monthly newsletter.
Congratulations. I'm glad you've known now, Trace. I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. But yes, congratulations. Very well deserved. I absolutely love all the inspiration you share, and I really do appreciate all of you getting involved. But Tracy, it's lovely to see how far you've come as well, and working with those wonderful projects. It looks stunning. So congratulations. Well deserved. Fabulous, well done. Okay, the web price on the acrylics is slightly out. Andrew's just sorting it out for you. And Tracy says, oh no, that's it. Fran says, was a little surprised seeing my little table in the newsletter. Made me happy. There you go, you see. There you go. How exciting is that? It is. Super exciting. Right, let's draw a winner and I'll spin the... Oh no, I don't need to spin... Yeah, I do need to spin the wheel, don't I? Karen Halbert. Congratulations, Karen. Let's see what you're going to win, Karen. I'm going to let it spin fully. I'm going to stop stenciling now. I got carried away. No, you carry on. Keep doing what you're doing, love. It's fine. Number 4. 200 points, Karen. Karen, 200 points. That's on its way brilliant. To you. Right, messages, please, darling. Help at Highlight Crafts and we'll get those added. Look how stunning that is. David, that's gorgeous. I mean, we could be here all day with this. Well, but honestly, look, it's only been probably overall about 20, 25 minutes of actually working on the table. And then what I do is I bring my colours in, I bring that taffy and halo it around the edge, and then seal it with microstone, and it could go inside or outside. But I think with a coffee on top of that, with a bit of cake, is exactly where it's
I
at.
could do that today.
Yeah.
Right, my lovely. Next, you're up with Amanda.
I am indeed.
What are you doing next?
So next we're doing soap making.
Soap making, and then I'm back up with Amanda at 1 o'clock with the foil pen deal. We've kept that deal on with the foil pens.
No, you haven't.
We have 2 of them for £34.99.
Oh, I want to join you.
I know, you can do the show if you like.
Oh.
And then tonight at 6 o'clock, it's myself and Amanda with Time for Tea, so you get to see the dyes, etc., etc. Right, stay with us. Go and get a quick cup of tea or coffee, whatever you prefer, and David will see you with Amanda through that wall in about 4 minutes' time. See you in a bit. Bye.